Welcome to another episode of Asian Bad Girls Club. I'm Marianne.
I'm Daisy.
I'm Angela.
Angela. I mean, we have a fun
golden A.
right.
I love her, babe.
We have a fun, like, loose form situation, a loose fit, if you will. And I think one topic that we wanted to talk about was the topic of shoes in the house.
Common stereotype of an Asian household, but it rings true and it's for a reason.
Yeah, I feel like, especially when we live here in New York, you're walking through shit all the time, like actual shit. People won't clean up after their dogs, and as try as you might, sometimes you try to walk around it, but I don't know how much dried up shit I'm stepping on in the middle of the sidewalk. I don't know what I'm coming in contact with. The subways are dirty. I just started taking those again. And for me, I don't want to bring that dirt into my house. So out my door, there's like a whole pile of shoes where it's like, it's suggested, it is implied that when you enter this humble abode, you take your shoes off. You see the other people's shoes there, and I'm here in socks. So what gives? Why don't people take their shoes off when you go into the house as it is, you know?
Definitely. It's just like, not even just dirt though. It's like street juice. You know, that's what I think about. Or like, say I'm going to like, okay, maybe this is, okay, recently I went to the Asian grocery store with my mom and we walked through the fish section.
Oh God.
Just, you know how the floor is always kind of wet and there's just like that smell, and I just thought like, oh, definitely like, you know.
You don't want to track fish juice through your house. I know cats might like it, but I don't. And I think that also, yeah, it's just more comfortable on top of that to not have shoes on in the house. Like, I will Wilma Flintstone it all day. I don't need to wear shoes. Like, who am I trying to impress? I'll wear my little slippies, like my Juicy Couture slippies, but I don't need like shoes in my house if I like clean it as often as I should.
These are my house slippers.
How cute.
And they're so comfortable, and yeah, I agree. Also, so much easier to clean the house where you're not tracking whatever's on your shoes. Excuse me.
Yeah, but that's so true, because you don't want to step all over the clean part of the house with like already dirty shoes. It kind of defeats the purpose. And I don't know about you, but like when some people come into my house and they don't take off their shoes, I'm like, that's so disrespectful. It's just so disrespectful. Like, don't come in here and trod like dog shit all over my floors, please.
Bitch, don't wear no shoes in my house.
I just feel like if you walk into my house and I'm not wearing shoes, then you should also not be wearing shoes.
Right. Read the room. Just read the room. If your hosts aren't wearing shoes, if there are shoes beside the door, then maybe like take a note and take your shoes off. Like, socks are fine. I don't care. You can use my little slippies if you want to. I don't care if you're barefoot either. Just like, don't wear shoes in my house.
What if your feet was really smelly?
I understand being self-conscious about it, but I also feel like
Socks.
Yeah, just wear socks.
I'm sorry, deodorize your shoes.
Yeah, there has to be like a spray.
Yeah, you can use like deodorizer spray or something, but I don't know. I feel like even if somebody's feet were smelly, like it wouldn't hit me until later if they had socks on. And also, like, I'm not going to be a bitch and be like, your feet stink. Like, who do you think you are? Like, I'm not going to like shame somebody for something that they can't control. You can control wearing shoes in the house, however.
Here's the thing. Okay, now I'm remembering some friends who I've had who are hippies. And you say what you say until you smell what you smell. But then that's also like, I think that's like situational. And even then, you know, I worked for a sporting goods company for a long time, and there's these little charcoal balls you can throw in your shoes. You know, like, if your feet smell, it's because generally, one, you're not wearing the socks to begin with. Two, you're not deodorizing your shoes, or three, you're not changing your socks.
These are things that you can control.
Yeah.
This is true. And I mean, I don't know. It's just like, it's just polite to me for people to just like take their shoes off when you come in. I remember
Well, I see that, like, I know that Angela reps this hard because we were talking about, oh, do you need to borrow slippies? Angela, I know that you have guest slippies in your house. Am I wrong about that?
Nope, I do.
How many pairs of guest slippies do you have in your house?
2 I stole from the hotel.
Nice.
So they're like really flat ones. I have 1 Uggs that my cousin got me for Christmas. I have like 5. 6,
Nice.
5.
You're the generous.
But some are dirty.
I mean, that's okay. It's the thought that matters. I think you're a very generous host in providing 5 different pairs for somebody to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Depends on the outfit, right?
Yeah, you gotta match. I mean, also, when I was growing up, too, my mom would always, like, enforce the idea of wearing slippers in the house. She was like, definitely leave your shoes by the front door, but, like, you should wear slippies because then your feet will stay soft.
Oh.
I don't know how true that was. I mean, I just preferred to go barefoot in my own house because I'm there and nobody is there to judge me. But yeah, definitely if I'm at somebody else's house, I'll kick off my shoes but keep my socks on.
Can I talk about a weird fear about that, though?
But
Is when I'm in my socks and I'm in, like, a really nice, clean, like, wood floor home, as I'm walking down the stairs, I always feel a fear of, like, slipping and falling. And I'm like, if I was wearing shoes and I had tread, this wouldn't happen. That's why I need to buy, like, socks with little grips on the bottom.
yeah, or like hold the handrail. What other thoughts do I have on this? Yeah, I mean, I just remember when people would come to my house, I would feel like that's so fucking rude for you to not take off your shoes. And I'm sitting there watching your feet as they're making contact with my rug that I'm like mentally preparing to clean later on. That's all I think about.
And you never actually get to clean it depending on the rug because just all those little granules get everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a rug, it's obvious that you shouldn't be wearing shoes.
It's also uncomfortable.
It is.
I want to take it
not
off.
comfortable at all. I think,
Yeah.
I think I would just rather be barefoot or in socks in any situation ever.
Yeah, like if I wake up with shoes on, that means I had a really, really rough night.
Oh, yeah. I don't ever want to feel that feeling.
Yeah. Probably that those things are strapped onto my feet so hard that I can't, like, they got to be some lace up, boots, and it's like, I'm sorry, this is not happening. I'm too drunk, and then that's the only time those shoes stay on. And then at 3 a.m, maybe you just find a way to pry them off.
Right. And I mean, maybe I am just fucking Fred Flintstone because even if I'm on a plane for an extended period of time, like whatever, an hour flight, like I'll like keep my shoes on. But like any longer than an hour, I'm kicking my shoes off and I'm going to sit cross-legged in the airplane seat with my socks on. But I also pulled up this thing on Wikipedia because when we brought up that we were going to talk about shoes in the house, I looked up on Wikipedia, it says tradition of removing shoes in the home and houses of worship. And it's not like an Asia specific thing. Like, yes, they have different Wikipedia entries of Western Asia, Eastern Asia, Southeast Asia, Myanmar, Southern Asia, and then in Australasia, I guess, New Zealand, that is a thing. Even in Europe, that is very much a thing. Like in Netherlands, people kind of decide for themselves. In the UK, again, at your homeowner's discretion, all of this stuff. And if you see that your host is shoeless and like, the rest of the people there are just in socks or something, you should probably just like remove your shoes in the house. Except for in Ireland, it says it's very uncommon to take one's shoes off when entering a house, especially for visitors. Don't know how much I agree with that. In Italy, it is customarily removed at the front door of the home because you don't want to spread like dust-borne things. No specific standard in Spain or Portugal. In Greece, it is a tradition when visiting someone else's household unless you're asked not to. In Turkey, most people remove their shoes before entering any house, not when you're a student or an employee of a place. I think that just makes sense, whatever. In the Slavic countries, people will take their shoes off at home and expect visitors to do so. And that includes like Russia, Ukraine, and Poland, unless it's like a formal meeting or a social event. Like when I had a Halloween party, I knew that it would be shoes in the house central because it's part of the costume. So I kind of had to mentally prepare for that. But I was very drunk at the end of the night, and drunk Marianne looked out for sober Marianne, and she steamed all of the floors before she went to bed. So I get that. But yeah, Central Europe, they have their own customs there. In Northern Europe, it is considered unhygienic and rude by most people to keep shoes on when entering a house, especially boots and outdoor walking shoes. I think we're aligned there. And then there's like a whole section of North America where it's like, it's not a tradition here in the US, but considered expected in places like Hawaii, Alaska, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands. And in Canada, where everything is lovely and Daddy Drake hails from, people do take their shoes off in the house largely. I mean, this is all according to Wikipedia, but, you know.
We'll trust them. It's fine.
Yeah.
They're the, you know, they really know everything.
Yeah, I mean, Degrassi, hello. But yeah, I feel like it's not just us that feel this way. It's not just our Asian brothers and sisters and friends beyond the binary and arms that consider you should take off your shoes when you enter somebody's house. So don't make me feel fucking weird about it when I'm like, hey, I'm really Asian. Take your shoes off when you enter my house, please.
It's clean. It's just cleaner.
It's just clean. It's polite. The light just like changed so dramatically right here. Jeez. That's
the heavens saying that you are right, girl.
Yeah, it's Angela shining down upon me. Don't wear your shoes in the house.
All right, I'm gonna quickly. I have some memes I want to share with you guys.
Ooh, I love a meme.
Have you guys ever been embarrassed to take off your shoes when nobody has?
I have been when I was barefoot. So like I walked into someone's house and like it was just me taking my shoes off and I was like, oh my God, like I'm the only one with like my bare ass feet out. But then everybody else took their shoes off too because I think it was like a respect thing.
I've been embarrassed to take my shoes off only when it's like, I say it's summer and like my toes are jacked. You know, like I did not get it, or things are looking real bad down there. It's like, oh, this is embarrassing. That's the only time I've been embarrassed. Like, oh God, the shame. And then you just kind of find ways to curl up your toes.
Hey, crisscross applesauce. You just fold your little feet under.
Right. Tuck them under. I'll just tuck them under.
Got bunions, you know, in New York, walking everywhere.
Bunions.
Bunions and corns, girl.
I have them because of ballet that I used to do when I was really young. So, team bunions, sure.
And then there's another one. Ooh. Let me get bigger.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
That was what I was talking about, that 3 in the morning. Like, no, I can't take this shit off right now. And then the last one, you know he's got to be in there, baby. You share. There we go.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Daddy Drake always knew. He always knew.
Coming through. He's always got to represent for you.
This is going to be the title, like our photo of this episode. I see it now.
Okay, that was it. I found those 3 little memes. I thought they were fun.
Yeah, well, that's our hot take on it. Don't wear your shoes in my house. If you wear your shoes in my house, I will look at you and probably feel really uncomfortable about saying something, but like passive aggressive be like, oh, you can leave your shoes here, and, you know, suggest for you to take off your shoes when you enter my house.
I won't. I'll just be like, get those dirty shoes off your feet.
I know. I mean,
in my house right now, please.
I'm like cool saying that to friends that I'm cool with, but I mean, I guess I don't hang out with people that I'm not really cool with anymore because of the pandemic, and that really limited the people that would come in with shoes in my house. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you, Angela, for shining down your light about how we shouldn't wear shoes in the house, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bitch, don't wear no shoes in my house.